came out of nowhere. Now, he's a higher pick.
He was a second-round pick.
Was he a third round or a second round?
I think he was a second.
Okay. Nate Sudfeld was a sixth-round pick out of Indiana by way of Modesto, California. Hot high school recruit, very good high school player because he's prototypical. He's 6'6",
Right.
235 pounds, right?
Right.
And he was recruited by UCLA in Arizona, went to Indiana. I don't know exactly why, but he had a pretty good run at Indiana, was 27 touchdowns and 7 interceptions his last year, got drafted in the 6th round, a la Tom Brady.
Right.
He was the 187th overall pick. Brady, as he always says, is 199, right? Okay, so I believe that Dougie P, fearless, believes that Sudfeld is a player. Because what was Dougie P as a player? What was Doug Pederson as a player?
He was a backup.
He was undrafted out of Louisiana Monroe, out of the state of Washington originally. He started 17 NFL games, but it was the hard way because he bounced all around.
Right.
He must have been cut 8 or 9 different times by various teams, starting with Miami.
He was with the Packers for
a long time. And then because Andy Reid took a liking to him as a player, Andy Reid in his first year in Philadelphia said, I want him, and signed him as a free agent and made him his starter. And that first year, he ended up starting 9 games. He went 2-7. And then he went to the Browns the year after Belichick got fired. Chris Palmer was the first-year head coach, and they tabbed him as their starter, and he went 1-7. So he bounced around the league, and he was just sort of a backup slash occasional starting quarterback who
he sees himself in Nate Sudfeld.
He sees himself. I'm just telling you, he sees himself.
Yes.
So he thinks this guy's got a pretty good arm. I couldn't even tell the other night because he had a QBR of 2.
Yeah.
I felt sorry for Nate Sudfeld because it's unfair to 2 quarterbacks at the same time because I'm the biggest Jalen Hurts fan you're going to find, and that's exactly the kind of game that he can win. Jalen Hurts can make one play with legs or arm that will win a game that's 17-all if it should have been.
I'm not criticizing Nate Sudfeld. What's he supposed to say? Hell, no, I'm not going in there. Let him finish it up, coach. He's going to go in.
So he goes in and blows up Dougie P's genius plan. I am the genius here because he can't execute. He stinks because he's not ready. Because I doubt he got many snaps in practice. And meanwhile, on the sidelines, there's all-out mutiny going on because Jason Kelsey, who's a Pro Bowl center and the leader of that team, it was reported, he walked up to Doug Pederson on the sideline and said, could you please explain what you're doing? And I don't know what the answer was, but if I know Doug Pederson, he thinks he's smarter than any player right now, and that he just said, I'm doing what I think I should do here. I think that Nate gives us a better chance right now.
He's talking about the offense has been struggling. Dougie, look around. For 17 weeks, your offense has been struggling. That's why you're in the position. That's why you made the quarterback switch, because you said your offense is struggling.
Okay. I just believe he really was trying to win. So I don't think Joe Judge got it exactly right, said the right thing for the wrong reason, because I think if you could get Doug Pederson to be hooked up to a lie detector right now, you would find out that he truly believed in his heart of hearts that Nate Sudfeld would go in and win the game throwing the football in ways. Look, I've never said Jalen Hurts was a great thrower of the football. You don't think he's a very good thrower of the football. I think he's good enough to be a starting and winning quarterback in the league.
You can't say I'm trying to win, get in a position to win, and then take the guy out that gives you the best chance. Skip, that's what you said. You said you're making the switch to Jalen Hurts because of the spark he provides, and he gives you a chance to win.
Knowing what you know about Doug Pederson's background in this league, do you think he believes that Jalen Hurts is the style of quarterback he can win with?
No.
I say no. Again, I don't know how much input he had into drafting Jalen Hurts. Was that a Howie Roseman GM move?
Because the thing is, Greg, the reason why the Lamar Jackson works in Baltimore,
you got to buy in.
Greg Roman built a system for Colin Kaepernick.
Okay, you got it.
Doug Pederson has only played.
He's prototype. He's Nick Foles.
Thank you.
Can Nick Foles run? Not really.
No, he ain't really that style of offense.
No, but I mean, he doesn't move much at all. He's straight drop back, throw it from the pocket quarterback. So is Nate Sudfeld. 6'6", who has some credentials from college. He's just not, again, he hasn't really gotten a chance. And so Doug Pederson sees himself in that kid, and he says, I'm going to light up the world right now. I'm going to show him Nate Sudfeld is a hidden gem for the Eagles.
Yeah, the difference between Nick Foles and Nate Sudfeld, in Nick Foles' second year, he went 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
I got it.
But guess what? even they didn't believe in him anymore, and that's what they do. They traded for Sam Bradford.
Right.
So for me,
and then once Nick Foles was out of that system, he goes to St. Louis to the Rams and stinks.
Yeah,
okay?
He stunk everywhere he's been except in that system.
But in that system, we both agreed he played some of the best playoff football at that position you will ever see.
You're right, Skip. Let's take that back. He still stinks in that system, just not in Philly, because Chicago, Matt Nagy runs the exact same system because he came from under Andy Reid, who Pederson came from under. So it's just in Philly. Skip, think about what Philly is. Philly is Rocky. Rocky never gives up.
Nope.
He get beat down by Clubber Lang, got beat by Drago. They've actually adopted that mentality that we don't give up, we don't quit. And Jason and Doug P. got up in front of his team and said, guys, we gave it everything we got. Yeah, no, we did. You didn't.
Agreed. So in the end, I believe Jalen Hurts would have won that game because I believe in Jalen Hurts, but I believe in his style of quarterback.
Yes.
I don't think that guy on the right side of that screen does believe in Jalen Hurts as his quarterback. So here's the irony of this. The painful irony for Eagles Nation is, reportedly, he has burned his bridge to Carson Wentz to the ground.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And that Carson Wentz and agents putting out the story, we want out.
Right.
We want to be traded.
Carson Wentz did not speak to the media yesterday.
Okay. Thank you very much. Jalen Hurts, I believe the bridge between that guy and Jalen Hurts right now is on fire, just starting to burn to the ground. Now, Jalen Hurts is as coachable because he grew up as a coach's kid.
Right.
Houston.
Right.
Coached by his father in high school, and he was taught that you do what the coach says, but still, you could see Jalen Hurts on the bench, as hurt as he could be, and what was he mouthing?
This ain't right.
It ain't right.
Yes.
It ain't right because it wasn't right.
No.
And he knows it, and it's going to hurt his heart to the point where, as a young as you well know in this league, a young quarterback's psyche is so delicate.
It's everything.
You better be careful, because if you yank him in a close game and you say, I think this guy throwing the ball gives us a little better chance because you couldn't make the pass on 4th and goal. You were short with the pass to Quez Watkins in the end zone,
Skip,
right?
Think about this, what he did. Normally what you do, Carson Wentz had been the backup.
Yep.
For the entirety of, once he got benched, he was the backup. You deactivate him. That's what Ron Rivera did to Dwayne Haskins. He was so upset with this play, he deactivated, said, you will not get on the field. Even if somebody get hurt, we're going to an emergency quarterback. So what Dougie P did was the equivalent of what Ron Rivera did. He said, we're going to deactivate you. We're not going to even give you a uniform.
That's what he did.
So now you expect Carson Wentz to come back and play for you. I said it at the time that he did it. I don't know how you ever come back. Skip, if Carson Wentz was a rookie, I could see that. What they're doing with Tua is a rookie. He understands.